So, Antigravity is already a solid AI coding environment, but there's an open source repository that extends what it can do by a significant margin. It's called Antigravity Awesome Skills, and it's sitting at over 1,239 skills right now, with more being added every week. The repo has crossed 22,000 GitHub stars, which tells you people are actually using this in real workflows, not just bookmarking it. And while the name says Antigravity, this same repo works across Claude Code, Cursor, Gemini CLI, Codex CLI, Kiro, OpenCode, and GitHub Copilot, so if you're using any of those tools, you can use this package. The core idea is pretty simple. Your AI agent is capable, but it doesn't have deep expertise in every specific thing you throw at it. Skills are structured instruction files, markdown files, that give it that expertise on demand. Think of it like an SOP, a standard operating procedure, that a senior engineer would hand to a new team member. The agent follows those instructions, and the output quality reflects that. You get consistent, structured results, instead of the agent just doing whatever it thinks is reasonable. And the important part is that skills don't sit in your context window all the time. You call a skill when you need it, it loads for that task, and then it's done, so you're not burning tokens unnecessarily. The current version is v8.9.0, and they've been shipping updates consistently. Let's actually get this installed. The simplest install method is npx. Open your terminal and run npx Antigravity Awesome Skills. That's the default install, and it drops the skills into Skills folder, which is Antigravity's global skills path. If you're on a different tool, you just add a flag. For Claude Code, it's Claude. For Cursor, it's Cursor. For Gemini CLI, it's ASA Gemini. If you need a custom location for something like OpenCode, use $path and pass in the directory that your tool expects. Running npx Antigravity Awesome Skills, a help, will show all available options. There's also a git clone option if you prefer that. That clones the repo directly into a .dam agent/skills folder in your current directory, which works for most agents as a workspace level install. One note for Claude Code users specifically, you can also install through the plugin marketplace instead of the file path approach. Now, 1,239 skills is a lot, and you shouldn't try to pick through all of them individually. The repo solves this with what they call starter packs, or bundles. Each bundle is a curated list of skills organized by role. You already have every skill installed. The bundle is just a reading list that tells you which ones are relevant to what you do. There are 4 main personas to choose from. If you're a web developer, the Web Wizard bundle focuses on React patterns, Tailwind, and front-end design. If you're doing security work, the Hacker Pack is built around penetration testing methodology and vulnerability scanning. If you're in a PM or product role, the Product Pack covers brainstorming, planning, SEO, and strategy. And if you just want the fundamentals that apply to almost any project, the Essentials bundle covers clean code, planning, and validation. Start with whichever one fits your current work. Beyond bundles, there are also pre-built workflows. The difference is that bundles tell you what skills to pick, and workflows tell you in what order to use them. For example, if you want to ship a SaaS MVP, there's a workflow that chains the planning skill, then architecture, then development, then testing, then security review, in that exact sequence. You can trigger it by prompting your agent, use @Antigravity workflows, and run ship SaaS MVP for my project idea. The agent handles the sequence from there. Let me talk about the actual skill categories so you understand what's available. Architecture covers system design, component diagrams using the C4 model, architecture decision records, and scalable patterns. If you're designing something from scratch, this is where you start. Business skills cover copywriting, pricing strategy, SEO audits, and go-to-market thinking, useful if you're building a product and not just writing code. Data and AI has skills for RAG pipelines, LLM app design, agent orchestration, and prompt engineering. So if you're building on top of models like Claude or Gemini, there are skills specifically for that. Development has language and framework-specific skills, TypeScript, Python, React patterns, and more. General covers planning, documentation, and writing. Infrastructure handles Docker, AWS serverless, Vercel deployments, and CI/CD. One thing worth knowing is that not all skills carry the same risk level. The repo actually classifies them. Official skills come directly from Anthropic, Google, Vercel, Microsoft, Supabase, and other vendors, These are the highest trust level. Safe skills are community-contributed skills that are non-destructive, meaning they're read-only or planning-focused. Risk skills are skills that modify systems or run security tests, and those are labeled for authorized use only. Before running anything you're unsure about, you can check the catalog and see exactly which category a skill falls into. Alright, so let me actually use this. I'm going to build an analytics dashboard to show what the output looks like when you pair the right skills together. I'll use 3 skills: at brainstorming, then at front-end design, then at React patterns. I open Antigravity and prompt it, use at brainstorming to plan a front-end analytics dashboard with a sidebar, metric cards, a line chart section, and an activity feed. Stack is React with Tailwind CSS. What the brainstorming skill does is immediately ask structured questions before writing anything. It asks whether this is a standalone page or part of an app, whether the data is mocked or coming from an API, and whether I need responsive behavior for mobile. I answer those. Then it generates a planning document, component hierarchy, state management approach, folder structure, naming conventions, and which libraries to reach for. It's the kind of doc a senior dev would produce before actually opening a code editor. Now I follow that up. Use front-end design and React patterns to build this dashboard based on the plan we just made. The output is structured properly. It creates a sidebar component, individual metric card components with props for label, value, and a trend indicator, a recharts line chart with mock data wired up correctly, and an activity feed. Every component is typed with TypeScript. No logic is dumped into a single file. Each piece has a clear responsibility. The folder structure matches what the planning skill outlined. And that's the actual difference skills make. If I just prompted, build me an analytics dashboard without any skills, I'd probably get something that works, but doesn't scale. Maybe no types, maybe everything in one component, maybe inconsistent styling patterns. The skills don't make the model smarter. They give it a contract to follow, and the output reflects that contract. There's one more skill I want to mention, because a lot of people skip it: at skill creator. This skill helps you build your own custom skills from scratch. So if your team has internal deployment procedures, a specific database pattern you always follow, or company-specific conventions the model doesn't know about, you can use @skill tickus creator to turn that knowledge into a proper skill file. It walks you through the structure, what to include, what to avoid, and produces a skill.md that you can drop into your skills folder and use exactly like any of the built-in ones. That's where this gets more useful over time. The more your agent knows about how you specifically work, the more consistent its output becomes. If you're on Windows and you run into a truncation crash loop with Antigravity when too many skills are loaded, the repo has a recovery guide at windows-truncation-recovery.md in the docs folder. It explains exactly which storage folders to back up and clear, and there's a batch helper script included. On Linux or Mac OS, if the agent overloads from too many skills being active, there's an agent overload recovery that shows you how to use an activation script to keep the full library archived and only pull in the bundle you actually need at any given time. Both of these are edge cases but worth knowing exist, so you're not stuck if you hit them. The whole thing is MIT licensed, so every skill is open, readable, and modifiable. You can verify exactly what any skill does before you run it, and because it's actively maintained with regular commits, when new tools or frameworks become relevant, there are usually skills for them pretty quickly. The complete usage guide with prompt examples for every supported tool is in the docs folder. The Getting Started guide covers the install process in more detail. Both are worth reading alongside this video. Alright, so that's it from the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.